Anti-tank rocket launchers are shoulder-fired anti-tank weapon system that fires rockets equipped with an explosive warhead. They are designed mainly to penetrate the armor of vehicles, particularly tanks. Although no longer capable of penetrating even the side armor of the main battle tanks, they are capable of causing serious damage to their external fittings, such as periscopes and machine guns, and in disabling or even destroying less well-armored and support vehicles, helicopters, low-flying UAVs, and personnel. In this video, we'll present the top 10 anti-tank rocket launchers, so stay tuned. At number 10 is the Mk153 shoulder-launch multi-purpose assault weapon. It is a shoulder-launch rocket weapon with the primary function of being a portable assault weapon and a secondary anti-armor rocket launcher. Developed from the B-300, it was introduced to the United States Armed Forces in 1984. The Mk153 SMAW has an 83.5mm diameter tube and fires 83mm rockets. It can be used to destroy bunkers and other fortifications during assault operations. It can also destroy other designated targets using the dual-mode rocket and main battle tanks using the high-explosive anti-armor rocket. The rate of fire of this weapon is 3 rounds per minute, and it has a muzzle velocity of 220 meters per second. The effective firing range against static tanks is 500 meters, while its maximum firing range is 1800 meters. This anti-tank rocket launcher is able to penetrate 200mm of steel-rolled homogeneous armor. At number 9 is Armor-Piercing Light Arm System. The API-LAS is a portable one-shot 112mm recoilless anti-tank weapon. Designed in France by GIAT Industries, it is a single-use, single-shot anti-tank weapon intended for use by personnel against hostile heavy armor. The armor-piercing light arm system is one of the most powerful weapons in its class, boasting armor penetration and a muzzle velocity that are far in excess of the norm. Over 120,000 of the API-LAS launchers have been produced, and they are in service with many countries. The rate of fire of API-LAS is 3 rounds per minute, and the muzzle velocity of this launcher is 293 meters per second. Its effective firing range against static tanks is 350 meters, while its maximum firing range is 500 meters. Although heavy, this launcher is able to pierce 700mm of rolled homogeneous armor. Within the French army, it is categorized as traumatic weapon because of its blast and noise. Number 8 on the list for the top 10 best anti-tank rocket launchers is PF-98. The PF-98 or Type 98 is a 120mm unguided anti-tank rocket system developed by Norinco for the People's Liberation Army as a successor to the Type 65 and Type 78 recoilless guns. It's one of the world's largest shoulder-fired rocket launchers and is comparable to the Russian 105mm RPG-29. The PF-98 sights are believed to be capable of either limited thermal imaging or have an embedded rangefinder. It normally uses 120mm high-explosive anti-tank rounds. For defeating fortifications, there is also a 120mm high-explosive round. The rate of fire for PF-98 is 4 to 6 rounds per minute, and its muzzle velocity is 310 meters per second. The round can pierce the reactive armor of a main battle tank and has an armor-piercing depth of about 800 meters RHA at a maximum range of 800 meters. The maximum firing range, however, is 1,800 to 2,000 meters. Up next at number 7 is RPG-7. The RPG-7 is a portable, reusable, unguided, shoulder-launch anti-tank rocket launcher manufactured by the Russian company Basalt. The RPG-7 is reusable single-shot smoothbore steel tube with a diameter of 40mm. This recoilless shoulder-fired muzzle-loaded launcher can shoot a wide variety of rockets, and the ruggedness, simplicity, low cost, and effectiveness of the RPG-7 has made it the most widely used anti-armor weapon in the world. Currently, around 40 countries use the weapon, and it is manufactured in several variants by 9 countries. The rate of fire and its muzzle velocity are 4 rounds per minute and 115 to 300 meters per second. The RPG-7 is considered effective out to about 500 meters against static tanks, but it has a maximum range of 920 meters, at which point the rocket detonates. The RPG-7 has an armor piercing depth of about 750 millimeters RHA. The sixth best anti-tank rocket launcher is RPG-27. The RPG-27 is a Soviet single-use anti-tank weapon intended for use against heavy armor, which was developed during the mid and late 1980s from a smaller RPG-26 and was adopted in 1989. It is a much larger, heavier, and more capable weapon. Its armor penetration is far greater than that of the RPG-26 due to the larger rocket. The RPG-27 fin-stabilized round is a 105mm tandem charge heat warhead. The rate of fire of this weapon is 3 to 5 rounds per minute, and it has a muzzle velocity of 120 meters per second. The effective firing range against static tanks is 200 meters, while its maximum firing range is 700 meters. This anti-tank rocket launcher is able to penetrate 600 millimeters of steel-rolled homogeneous armor. It was deemed not enough to defeat the latest and well-protected Western main battle tanks of third generation, such as American Mi Abrams and British Challenger. Number 5 on the list for the 10 best anti-tank rocket launcher is RPG-29 Vampir, which is a Soviet reusable rocket-propelled grenade launcher. The RPG-29 has been implicated in an attack on the British Challenger 2 in Iraq, as well as in attacks on Israeli Merkava tanks in Lebanon, which breached the tank's armor and in some cases injured or killed members of the crew. It is one of the deadliest rocket launchers in use today, and the RPG-29 fires a powerful 105mm PG-29V rocket, which contains a tandem warhead. The rate of fire of this weapon is 3 to 4 rounds per minute, and it has a muzzle velocity of 280 meters per second. The RPG-29 is a shoulder-launched, unguided tube-style breech-loading anti-tank rocket system with a range of 500 meters, while its maximum firing range is 800 meters. This anti-tank rocket launcher is able to penetrate 750 millimeters of steel-rolled homogeneous armor. At number 4 is RPG-32. The RPG-32 is a reusable Russian handheld anti-tank grenade launcher, which was designed and developed by state-owned FGUP Basalt Weapons Manufacturing Company. The RGP-32 is one of the deadliest anti-tank rocket launchers used today, and it is in service with Iraq, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, and possibly some other countries. The RPG-32 fires a powerful 105mm PG-32V rocket, which has a tandem high-explosive anti-tank warhead. It takes 10 seconds for the operator to prepare the RPG-32 for firing. Maximum rate of fire is up to 3 to 4 launches per minute, and the RPG-32 has a muzzle velocity of 140 meters per second, and it has a maximum range of 700 meters, though effective range of fire is up to 350 meters. A precursor charge is used to defeat explosive reactor armor. This rocket penetrates 650 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor behind explosive reactor armor, or at least 750 millimeters without explosive reactor armor. At number 3 is Panzerfaust III. The Panzerfaust III, a German anti-tank rocket launcher, is a disposable recoilless anti-tank weapon. The Panzerfaust III was originally designed to defeat the later Soviet T-72 and T-80 main battle tanks. The barrel of the launch tube has a 60mm caliber, while the oversized rocket has a 110mm caliber. Such design was selected because it allowed to upgrade the weapon by simply designing larger rocket. The rate of fire is 3 to 4 rounds per minute, and its muzzle velocity is 115 meters per second. Panzerfaust III has an effective range of 300 meters against moving targets and 400 meters against stationary targets. At a range of 300 meters, this weapon has a 90% hit probability against a tank. Maximum range is 920 meters, as the rocket self-destructs beyond this range. Some sources report that it penetrates more than 900 mm of steel armor, so penetration behind explosive reactor armor could be around 700 mm. At number 2 on the list is RPG-28. This is a Russian anti-tank rocket launcher designed during 2000s. The powerful 125mm rocket has a tandem high-explosive anti-tank warhead. This weapon is effective against the most heavily armored tanks such as American M1A2 Abrams and British Challenger 2. It is also effective against buildings, bunkers, and field fortifications. The RPG-28 has a larger diameter round than the RPG-27, which enables the RPG-28 to achieve higher armor penetration performance. The RPG-28 round is a 125mm tandem-shaped charge with a weight of 8.5 kilograms. The rate of fire is expected to be 3 to 5 rounds per minute, and the muzzle velocity for this weapon is 250 meters per second. The RPG-28 is effective out to 300 meters, but its maximum range can reach up to 700 meters approximately. The round has a stated penetration capability in excess of 900mm RHA behind explosive reactor armor and 3000mm of brick. And now at the number 1 spot is RPG-30. This is a Russian handheld disposable anti-tank grenade launcher. The RPG-30, like the RPG-27, is a man-portable, disposable anti-tank rocket launcher with a single-shot capacity. This weapon was specifically designed to overcome active protection systems such as Trophy that became increasingly popular on main battle tanks. Essentially similar tandem warhead is also used by PG-7VR rocket of the RPG-7 and PG-29V rocket of the RPG-29. A precursor charge is used to defeat explosive reactor armor. The rate of fire of this weapon is 3 to 4 rounds per minute, and it has a muzzle velocity of 120 meters per second. The PG-30 is the main round of the RPG-30, and the round is a 105mm tandem-shaped charge with a weight of 10.3 kilograms. It has an effective range of 200 meters and a stated penetration capability in excess of 600mm of rolled homogeneous armor and 1500mm of reinforced concrete. And with that, we've come to the end of our video for today. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And thank you so much for viewing in. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.